Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Miguel back again with another video, and my apologies for coming back so late, but I had a bit of a medical emergency, which is why I was absent and not available. But here we are again talking about the iPhone 15 Ultra, and a lot of people say that it's a little bit early to talk about that, but trust me, it's really not. So I'm going to be talking about Shrimp Apple Pro, and the reason I'm mentioning him is because he was one of the first people that mentioned that the iPhone 14 Pro will be having that pill-shaped or the eye-shaped notch that turned out to be the dynamic island. And the reason why I'm mentioning him again is because he confirmed that the iPhone 15 Ultra will actually be coming with a titanium body. So the titanium body is something that looks like it's going to be confirmed. This was rumored previously as well. But on top of that, we also have a new leak or information from him that says that it's also going to be redesigned. So yes, the iPhone 15 is supposedly going to be redesigned. And according to rumors, it's actually going to be having a curved design. So something similar to what we currently have right now, but with more even curved edges. Now, we don't know exactly what that means. I'm assuming we may be seeing something what the Samsung devices look nowadays. And nevertheless, the flat edge design really does look good. But the thing is that it's not really pleasant to hold in the hand. So it looks like we're actually going to be going back a couple of years to what we had with the iPhone 10, because that was a really comfortable phone to hold and also look at. So it looks like we're going to be having a mix, kind of like a hybrid of both of those things, but with a titanium body and a flat edge display, but curved sides. On top of that, we also heard that the iPhone 15 was not going to have any physical buttons anymore. It was going to have taptic engines, something similar to what we saw with the iPhone 7 and the 8, where we had that taptic engine instead of the home button. That's actually also something that Shrimp Apple Pro initially confirmed. It was later on also confirmed by Ming-Chi Kuo, but then it looks like it was recently confirmed by Apple's own internal parts supplier. That's right, their own supplier kind of directly, indirectly leaked this information and told us that that was actually going to be happening. And they tried to do a good job at kind of concealing the fact in the letter that they sent to some of their shareholders. The company is called Cirrus Logic, something like that. Cirrus Logic CEO John Forsyth told an earnings call that his company was working on a new component for the back half of next year. That component was confirmed in a prior shareholder letter to be a component related to Apple's taptic engine vibration motors. With that in mind, Barclays analysts Blaine Curtis and Tom O'Malley believe that Apple's buttonless iPhone 15 Pro is now more real than ever. So we know that this is actually happening. And if you still don't believe that that's actually true, we now have three or four sources that are actually now confirming this. So it looks like this is going to be happening. Shrimp Apple Pro, Ming-Chi Kuo, and now the Apple's own internal company, which didn't really mean to say that, but they actually kind of gave that information away, that Apple was indeed working on an iPhone 15 phone that was not going to have any physical buttons. Last but not least, you guys may know that Apple really prides itself when it comes to privacy of their devices, either if it's an iPhone or any other Apple device. And that's the reason why a lot of people actually go for Apple devices and iPhones, because that's the main thing that Apple really sells. It's one of the selling points, to be honest. They market it that way. But it looks like that's not really the case anymore, or it looks like they may have made a mistake here. Now, we don't know if this was done on purpose, if this was something that Apple knew or they didn't know, or if it's just a big conspiracy. But according to some code, according to some data analytics, it looks like your information is actually tracked back to you, and it's actually giving out a lot of information about you. So your name, your device, your location, your address, your email address, strictly personal information that you usually would not want to give out. Looks like that is actually being linked back to you. The funny thing is that Apple actually, whenever you download or use an application, it asks you whether you want your data to be tracked back to you, and you have an option to say yes or no. And most people, being sane, they choose the option no. But then Apple is like, yeah, whatever. Let me just do my own thing. So it's kind of funny, because on top of that, we also had a very strict lockdown mode introduced with iOS 16, which was probably the most extreme measure of privacy on any device, any smartphone. And then we have this information going on. And again, I don't know if Apple is aware of this, if Apple is actually doing this on purpose, if it's a conspiracy, but it kind of reminds me of how when some people started to notice that their iPhones were getting slower whenever a new iPhone came out. And initially Apple denied the claim, but then later on it was like, oh yeah, we are actually doing this. And they actually called a feature because they were slowing down iPhones to preserve the battery for the older iPhones. Again, something that Apple later on was sued for and actually paid millions of dollars to actually compensate for the loss. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And again, I'm sorry for the delayed video, but I had a medical emergency that I had to attend to. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Bye-bye.